Unit 6, Day 5. We're going to talk about parts of similar triangles. First thing we're going to talk about is the altitude. Altitude is the height of the triangle. Sometimes it can be in the middle, depending on the type of triangle. It could actually be the side. But what are we doing with this? If two triangles are similar, then the following corresponding parts are proportional. So if the triangles are similar, the altitudes are going to be proportional. So BD over FH is equal to AB over EF. Or we can say BC over FG. Next, angle bisector. You can see it marked here. If we have an angle bisector, the segment that's split it, which is QS, is over UW, which means QP is the same as UT, and QR is the same as UV, and they'll be proportionate. Medians is going to be from a vertex to the middle of the opposite side, vertex to the middle of the opposite side, and it splits that opposite side into two parts. So the actual median, HJ over LK, is going to be equal to GH over KL. Let's get to work. The problems we're going to do is from page 14, numbers 2 and 4. First thing we're going to do is recognize what we see. There's an altitude here. Let me highlight or mark the altitude. So it's going to be altitude over altitude. So 10 in one, 8 in the other is equal to x over 14. Use the cross product and simplify and solve. And x is equal to 17.5. What do we see here? We see an altitude. It comes from a point to the opposite side, perpendicular, call it height. So when we write this, it's going to be altitude over altitude is equal to side over side. Let's figure out what x is. 15x is equal to 504, therefore x is equal to 33.6. So we're going to be able to look at this the opposite way and say, well, now that we know that, if the parts are proportionate and we have an angle bisector, then that would prove we have an angle bisector. So there you have it. AD over DC is equal to AB over BC. We'll do guided practice from page 15, and we'll do problems 7 and 9. So in the directions in your booklet, it says this is an angle bisector, or yeah, it says it's an angle bisector. So we'll be able to set this up. We're going to do 40 over 36 is equal to 54 over x. Notice I have the parts for my triangle here. This top part, they're all at the top, and over here, they're at the bottom. Order is important. Let's solve and see what we get for x. And x is equal to 48.6. For this particular problem, I know that they are telling us that x is this whole side. I prefer to give this another variable, and so therefore I am going to do 12 over y is equal to 18 over 30. So I'm going to cross multiply and see what y is. And I find out that y is equal to 20. But they don't want to know what y is. They actually want to know what the whole side is. And so when I do that, x is going to be equal to 12 plus 20. So x is equal to 32. Final answer. You have to make sure you pay attention to what the question is asking and use your logic and reasoning skills sometimes to switch things around. At this time, you need to complete all the problems in the booklet. As for the Unit 5 homework, and start the review.